Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about ResNet50. We will understand the underlying architecture layer by layer. You should know about the convolutional layers, batch normalization layer and max pooling layers. I'll explain you all tensor operations starting from an RGB image to an output prediction. So without waiting, let's start. So guys, on the screen you can see a big neural network and this is ResNet50. I cannot even make it smaller and show it in one screen because it is very large. And this is large because there are too many convolution layers attached one by one and there are many skip connections. So those of you who are not familiar with skip connections, they can check out my other video on YouTube channel where I have explained about residual neural networks. For making this simpler to understand the complete architecture, I have broken down this complete neural network into 19 small blocks. We will understand the flow of data block by block and the image and tensor transformations. So here we are on our first block. We know that all transfer learned models have a predefined shape. Here in the start you can see we have 1 cross 3 cross 224 cross 224. This first one shows the batch size, then cross 3 shows the number of channels because we have 3 RGB channels, then 224 cross 224 are width and height of the image. Then we are applying 64 convolutions of 7 cross 7 kernel size and a padding of 3 and strides of 2. So remember guys, I have told in the start that you should know about convolution operations, padding, strides, all these components. Then only you will be able to understand the tensor operation happening here. So when we apply the padding layer, since the padding will be on both sides, on the upper side and the down side, so the padding will be doubled. So you will have as an output of padding 6 added to both your width and height. So 224 plus 3 will give you 230. That will be the size of image after padding. Same with width. Then we will understand the kernel impact. So the kernel is having a shape 7 cross 7. We know that the size reduction or the dimensionality reduction of the matrix after applying the kernel is the size of kernel minus 1 subtracted with the initial size. So we got 230 after padding, then we subtracted 7 minus 1. So this will give us 224. Then we have strides. So if you increase the strides, it just directly gets divided with the total size. After applying the kernel, we got 224 as a width. So dividing the strides, you will get 112. So that will be the output from this first convolutional layer. Now you got 64 these convolution. So the output size will be 1 cross 112 cross 112 cross 64. We know that the batch normalization applies to a simple layer and there are 64 mean, variance, beta and lambda, which is the scaling factor, which doesn't make any changes with the tensor other than normalizing it. It just normalizes the value of your output. So the shape will remain same. You will have 1 cross 112 cross 112 cross 64. So guys, we have just completed the first block and we have reached till this ReLU. Now we apply the max pooling which have strides 2 and padding 1 and the kernel size is 3 cross 3. So here if you see with the padding you will add 1 on the upper side and on the lower side, so you will get 114. Then you apply the kernel which will reduce the size. Since it is a 3 cross 3 kernel, so the total size reduction will be 114 minus 3 minus 1. That will give you 112. Then you have strides, so that will just divide this complete shape by 2. Your output shape will be 1 cross 56 cross 56 cross 64. So guys, here you have multiple convolution on one side, then batch normalization, then ReLU, but the kernel size is 1 cross 1 and strides are also 1. Your input dimension will remain same then batch norm, that also doesn't change the size. Then you have this ReLU, which is just a simple activation that won't change anything. Then you have this another convolution with the kernel size 3x3 and padding 1. So if you provide the 1 padding, you will add 2 on both height and width, which will give you 58. Then you apply the kernel. It will give you 58 minus 3 minus 1, which will become 56. Then your strides are 1, 1, so it won't change anything. So your shape of input and output will again remain same. Then you have again one convolution which have same kernel 1x1 padding and strides are also 1x1. So that is also not going to make any changes with the shape of your tensor. Now again the batch norm. Then you have a parallel connection with the simple shape of 256 x 64 x 1 x 1. So guys, remember earlier you have 1 x 56 x 56 x 64 number of channels. Now since you have 256 convolutions over here and that gets multiplied with the 64, which was the previous shape, so that will give you as an output 1 x 56 x 56 x 256. Only this 64 got converted to 256. So guys, if you go forward in the neural network, you will realize that actually these blocks are similar in nature. They are just stacked up one by one. So if you understand a single block, you are going to understand everything. The only good thing is to know over here is that whenever you are applying this sum, the input of this batch norm and this another batch norm, they should have same shape. Then only you will be able to add two tensors. We will say this is block 3 and our input shape for this block is 1 x 56 x 56 x 256. So if you see over here, this convolution is actually having 1 x 1 as in kernel size, the paddings are 0, 0, 0 and strides are 1, 1. So that is not going to make any change with the input shape. So your output will remain same. Then you have this batch norm. Then you have again another convolution. So we already understood that the kernel shape of 3 x 3 with the padding of 1 x 1 doesn't make any changes with the input shape. As like here in the previous block 2, we have seen that with padding 1 and the kernel size, it is having the same output shape. So this convolution also doesn't make any change with the shape. The last end of this chain is having 256 filters in one convolution. So it will again change your shape to 256, and this skip connection which we have taken from this ReLU, which is directly connecting to this sum at the last, is also having the same input shape. If you see 1 x 56 x 56 x 256. So we are just adding it up over here. Now if you understood these two type of block, which is block 2 and block 3, all rest of blocks are similar in nature. So this is block 4, which is actually the copy of block 3. So we are over here. Now if you see, we have similar block, only in the last convolution you got 512 element. So this is our block 5, where we have 512 number of filters in our convolution. If you see, the kernel size is 1, 1 and strides are 2. So our 56 will get divided by these strides. So you'll get 28 x 28 and you have 512 convolution filters. So that 512 will be coming over here. And if you see on the parallel line, the last two elements are same in shape. So the output of this parallel lines and the skip connection will have same shape. Now if you see this block 6, it is similar as block 3 and block 4. You do not have anything other than the last convolution, which is having the shape of 512. And that we actually have to keep, because the ReLU which is giving the output or the skip connection will have this shape 1 x 28 x 28 x 512. Now let's go to the block 7, which is similar in nature as like block 6. let's go back to our graph and see how many these parallel blocks are there. So if you see over here, this is the similar block, then again there is a similar block, then again there is a similar block. So there is nothing changing over here. All the blocks are similar other than coming to this block where you have convolution of 1024. Block 7, block 8 are having same shape. Only this block 9 have something different. It has 1024 kernels in your convolution and strides are also 2. So your 28 cross 28 will now gets divided by 2 and you will get 14 cross 14. And since you have 1024 number of filters, so the output will be 1 cross 14 cross 14 cross 1024. Now coming to the 10th block, which is very similar to the previous block we discussed. Now block 11, block 12 and block 13 are exactly same. They are just copied blocks, so there is no change happening over here. Now block 15 is also same. Block number 16 have little bit difference because in the final convolution you have 2048 units of kernels and strides are 2. So your 14 cross 14 shape will now convert into 7 cross 7 and instead of 1024 you will have 2048. So I did a small mistake over here. So it should be 2048 as an output shape after the block 16. Now you have block 17 and block 18 which are pretty much similar in shape since they have a skip connection. So there will be no shape change happening over here. Now after this block 18 you have the last layer or block 19. Now you have to apply an average pooling of 7 cross 7. So guys, this average pooling is little bit different. So it is going to convert your 7 cross 7 to 1 cross 1. And how this is happening because you are taking the average within one channel of 7 cross 7. And you have 2048 of these 7 cross 7 channels. So the output will be 1 cross 2048. Now you have this general matrix multiplication. This is actually inclusive of the softmax. Here it has shown it as in 2 layers, but they are actually coming within one block or one part. So the output of the softmax is 1000 number of classes and your input to the softmax is 2048. If you want to use this complete ResNet50 neural network for your own purpose, you need to remove this last softmax layer. Instead of that, you put your own layer with defined number of classes and keep all previous layers not trainable. So this is all guys. I hope you would have liked this video. If you are first time visiting my channel, don't forget to press like, share and subscribe buttons. If you want to learn the mathematics behind deep neural network, you can check out my course on Udemy. I have given link in the description. If you are enrolling to the course, make sure you are enrolling with the same link given in the description because you are going to get attractive discount by clicking on that link. Bye bye guys. Take care. I'll meet you in my next lecture.